So I'm with Paul Buckley here at Colchester Machine Tool Solutions. You may know the company for producing metal cutting machines, lathes, turning centres. But Paul, we have something different on offer here from Colchester Machine Tools as well. Laser marking. Can you tell us about the sort of companies that would use this?
Yes, the companies that would use the laser gear and lasers in general would be companies that are working within the automotive industry, working within aerospace, basically any company that needs to put traceability onto their product.
And how many companies do you think that is around the country, should we say? Is it something that's going to be quite in demand?
I would have thought so, yeah. There must be thousands of companies that are producing components for these types of industry.
So what are the alternatives if people aren't using laser marking at the moment? What processes would they use?
There are many processes that you can use, but each one of those particular processes has got some sort of issue with it. So labels, they're not a permanent way of marking. There are things like chemical etching, which use chemicals and tend to be messy and long-winded. There are things like dot peen markers, which put a permanent mark on surfaces, but they're very noisy. And laser is really the only permanent marking alternative, which is clean, efficient, and has a long life.
So your laser machines, we've got three particular machines here. Just very quickly, what are the differences between them?
The differences really is the cabinet size. So with the laser gear we've got here, the box, it's a desktop machine, very simple to use. As you can see, you can put it onto a desk, link it up to a computer, and away you go.
So somebody else might be using chemical etching. They might be printing onto a part to for the traceability aspect. With this laser marking, is it quicker to actually do the job too?
Yes, it does generally tend to be quicker. The other advantage to this is it's a non-contact marking system, so you've not got to clamp anything down. Generally speaking, with a laser, we've got a much bigger marking window too, so you're not restricted to a single component. We can mark several components at once.
How do you measure the depth of the marking and stuff like that? Is that all done in the software?
Generally done within the software, yeah. Marking depth isn't necessarily an area that's of a concern. It's the permanent mark that's that the customer's looking for.
And people use the peening process as well sometimes to do this. Is this faster than peening too?
Faster than peening, yeah.
And there's no wear in parts?
No wear in parts, no replacement parts. And it's obviously with a dot peen, it's a vibration, so you get a lot of noise, whereas the laser's very quiet.
This particular machine, I'm looking at it and thinking, well, I can't get that big a component in there, or what if I want to get several components in there? Is that all possible?
It's possible, not within the laser gear range. The laser gear range is a low cost option, and within this particular range there are certain restrictions in terms of the size. But if we want to move up to a larger component, we can either move up into the mini lathe range, which has larger cabinet sizes, or we can use the open frame systems where literally there is no restriction in part size.
Paul, one of the things about the laser marking here, it does appear to be a more reliable process of marking a component, but how about how easy it is to program and making sure that you can trace what you've done?
Yeah. It's a very simple process. The whole package is designed to be as simple and as efficient as possible. In many cases with the traceability marking, you may be marking thousands of components on a shift, so the essence of the system is to be able to put the components in quickly, get them out quickly, but also when you've marked that component to have a record of when that component was marked and be able to check that again in maybe a year's time if you have any issues with it.
And your software allows you to do that. It will create almost like log files, where it will store what's happened at what particular time.
Absolutely, yeah. The log files are created in our custom software, which is a piece of software called Icon. It's something that's exclusive to us. And it's got lots of options in there and can be customised and tailored to an individual company need.
So we've learnt from previous videos that this process, laser marking, is more efficient, more cost effective than chemical etching and peening and so forth. But for you, what sort of company would be purchasing one of these then? Who should this video be in sort of attracting the attention of?
The lasers themselves can be used in virtually any company. Anybody that's looking for a permanent mark on metal surfaces, plastic surfaces, anybody that's looking for traceability, the laser software is so versatile that it can also put in logos, you can put in dates, you can put in times, you can put in standard text messages. So really anybody with a need to put a mark onto a product, lasers are the way to go.
All available from Colchester Machine Tool Solutions. You can come up here to their HQ in Elland to see these machines and actually try them. Thank you very much, Paul.
Thank you.